Hello.
We're back again.
Brett and Cindy of 10 Living, doing the Proverbs study. We got to discussing it tonight, and I wrote Brett into talking it over with me again. Because 5 and 6 is, woo! Talking about keeping your hands to yourself.
Gets
kind of gets a little detailed.
Yeah, detailed. That's a good way to put it.
So, chapter 5. I like verse 21. It says, "For the ways of a man are before the eyes of the Lord, and he pondereth all his goings." That means God's watching over you, and he's watching what you're doing.
5 is definitely starting to talk about adultery.
Yeah.
I think it's actually talking about the act of adultery this time, not necessarily a metaphor.
I think he's, because I feel like he was telling the guy, keep your hands to yourself, keep your mind in your own things. You've got your own wife. You need to take care of your stuff. What was that you said about looking good?
I think that's more in chapter 6 with the lust of the eyes, just because it looks good. No, 6 goes back over it again, but it talks about the lust of the eyes, not. It's at the bottom here. Lust not after her beauty, or in thy heart. They let her take thee with her eyelids.
Oh yeah, being drawn away by a woman's enticingness. It can also go both ways, especially in this day and age. I think in biblical time the women were more alluring than the men were to the women. Because if a man decided he wanted a wife, all he had to do is take her. Say, hey, you're going to be my wife. Pretty much. She was his wife. I mean, he had to go, of course, through the family or whatever, but there wasn't any. She had really little to no say in Old Testament times on who she married. At least it doesn't feel like it. And whenever you read in Scripture, compared to today. So that verse can kind of go both ways today. Because men tried to get the woman to turn her head just as hard as a woman tries to get a man to turn his head.
They do.
And
I know it's 5. It starts over like all the rest of them. It tells you to know his word and stick to his word. And how did it put it? Depart not from the words of my mouth. I mean, it keeps reminding you, if you know my word and you study my word and apply my word, you won't get in these kind of troubles. But I am watching if you do. And
it also refers to the law, because this is during Old Testament law time. He said, make sure you follow the laws that has been laid out. I'm assuming that it's meaning the Mosaic law of all the thou shalt nots and stuff, the 10 Commandments and that kind of thing. Because it says not to forsake the law of your father and keep thy father's commandments and forsake not the laws of thy mother.
6 goes back to trying to keep you out of trouble. But this one actually says avoid disaster. But
well, it also tells you 6 things.
Go back to the word and stick to the word and leave the things that look so well and look so pretty alone necessarily until you know for sure what you're messing with.
And it's good for you to have your own wife.
Oh well.
And I look at this, it tells you 6 things that the Lord hates. And I see how he put the Lord hate. Or actually 7. It says 6 things, 7 are abomination to him. Proud look, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, heart that deviseth wicked imaginations, feet that be swift to run to mischief, and a false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among the brethren. He's saying, be a good person. This is what I don't like, so don't do it. And then he comes back to keep your old lady.
Don't be devising things in your mind and running off and stirring up trouble.
Pretty much. And then I like the...
Don't be lying either. That's another one. A proud look and a lying tongue, the first 2. Or hands that shed innocent blood. That's a little different. But don't be devising these things in your mind to get away with something.
And
he is watching.
Towards the end, it also says, don't be mad at those who steal because they're hungry. And they rob you because they're in destitute. But
it's still wrong,
but don't get so mad at them. And really, and then it goes back to committing adultery again.
Yeah, that's
stealing of a man's
I
wife.
like the end part of that one. More or less tells you not to steal another man's wife, because it does bring, how did it put it,
the jealousy is the rage of a man.
What it does to your soul. It destroyeth your own soul.
Oh, yeah.
And more or less it says at the end that there's more or less no help for you. Back in the Old Testament there wasn't no forgiveness of this, and the husband is liable to get the rest of it. But you don't destroy yourself, he will, because it said that his day of vengeance.
No.
Neither will he rest content. Will not regard any ransom. More or less, he has the right to come after you. There's nothing going to stop him.
You know, something that really stepped out when I was reading these, also with that, is also you can't look to someone else to make you happy. Happiness comes from within. And like, we're married. I can't be solely responsible for your happiness, but it's also part of my shared responsibility to ensure your happiness just as you ensure mine. Because I could make you miserable. And you could make me miserable. And that doesn't matter how hard you try, it's hard to have happiness. But when you share a life together, you also have to share the responsibility of one another's joy and happiness.
You got to choose to be happy too.
You've got to make the choice.
You got to choose to be happy yourself, and the person with you, they've got to be trying to make you happy too, along with themselves.
Right.
You got to give and take, in other words.
If I choose to be happy and choose to make you happy, you choose to be happy and choose to make me happy, this builds. It's like what he's talking about, the triangle. The closer you get to God, and the closer I get to God, the closer we get together. Because when you have that triangle at the top, you put God at the top, me and you are coming together towards God, we're going to get to the top.
Everything's in threes.
Yeah. But that's kind of what we're discussed about Proverbs. That's what kind of hit us about these two chapters. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
For the ones that watch our videos, we did one about books. Yeah, we got two more. Two more seed books.
Uh-huh. That goes with that ant verse in chapter, 6?
Got a good dozen now.
What was it? Yeah, the ant. Look at the ant. When I read that, I thought of the new books he got in today, thinking, okay, planting seeds, getting ready, because it says, provide a meat in the summer and gather her food in the winter, or at the harvest. That's what he's doing now. He's planting his seed. When he saw those, I was like, oh, 2 more books. 2 more books. But
I go.
Let us know what you think about Proverbs 5 and 6. And as always, we believe in you. Have a great day. God bless.